I'll rephrase. Did you talk to Emily about going off to college?
Yes, she told me she was excited, but nervous that she would be away from her family in the big city. This was an overwhelming change for her.
Did you stay in touch after she went away?
Yes, she wrote me a letter saying that she'd been to a dance and she'd met a boy named Jason. She didn't want her mother to know this because her mother did not approve of dancing and had warned her about the boys at school.
And did Emily communicate with you again last fall after you received the letter?
Actually, it was her mother. She telephoned me, waking me out of a deep sleep at 4 in the morning. She asked me to call Emily at a payphone on the university campus. When Emily answered, she was quite hysterical. At first, she just sobbed uncontrollably. But eventually, she calmed down enough to tell me what had happened. She said that she was alone that weekend. Her roommate had gone home. She had awakened and thought she smelled something burning. There was no alarm, but she got up, afraid there was a fire.
Dr. Mueller, what's your position at the University Hospital?
I am chairman of the Department of Neurology.
And after you heard about the dorm room incident, what were your initial thoughts?
At first, I thought perhaps Emily had taken illegal drugs, some type of hallucinogen. But we ran tests and found no trace of drugs in her system. And the more she explained the incident to me, the more I began to suspect something else. Epilepsy results from rapid, uncontrolled electrical activity in the brain. In a severe or grand mal seizure, a person may lose consciousness for several minutes and suffer involuntary contractions of all the muscles of the body.
Is it possible for a person suffering from such a seizure to have hallucinations or perceive the things that Emily described?
The muscle contractions could feel like an extreme pressure on the body. And it is certainly possible, with all that brain activity, for a person to perceive all sorts of strange and violent things.
So, suspecting that Emily was epileptic, how did you proceed?
I administered an electroencephalograph.
What did the EEG reveal?
It showed a possible epileptic focus in the patient's left temporal lobe.
Did this require specific treatment?
Yes, I began a medication schedule for Emily with the drug 𝘭𝘠𝘪𝘆. I also advised regular follow-up examinations and further tests, but Emily failed to keep her follow-up appointments with me.
Did she give any reason for discontinuing these appointments?
Yes, she told me she was convinced that her condition was a spiritual one. It was the conviction of her priest, she said, and she shared his beliefs.
Doctor, was it your impression that Emily had placed her care entirely in Father Moore's
Objection,
hands?
he's leading the witness.
Sustained.
After the end of October, did you ask Emily why she had stopped filling her 𝘭𝘠𝘪𝘆 prescriptions?
Yes. She said that Father Moore had suggested she stop taking the drug.
And what, in your medical opinion, was the direct result of Father Moore's suggestion?
I firmly believe that Father Moore's suggestion killed her.
Objection,
Stopping
Your
treatment
Honor.
led
The
directly
witness
to
is
her
asserting
death.
outrageous conclusions based on pure hearsay evidence.
Technically correct, but I'll allow it as part of his expert opinion testimony.
Thank you, Dr. Mueller. Your witness.
Doctor, you said you observed a possible epileptic focus in the temporal lobe. Doesn't this imply that what you observed may not have been an epileptic focus?
Yes, that's also possible.
And would Father Moore's advice to stop taking 𝘭𝘭𝘪𝘆 be good advice if Emily were in fact not epileptic?
Of course. But that's not the case here. She was epileptic.
Really? When Emily saw objects move on their own and felt an invisible presence on top of her, was she experiencing symptoms typical of epilepsy?
Not typical, no.
Are they typical indications of any other condition, say, for example, psychosis?
Yes, I would say that's correct.
But isn't psychosis an entirely different medical condition from epilepsy?
Yes, in my
So,
experience,
doctor, aren't
it
you
is.
selectively choosing what parts of Emily's experiences fit your epilepsy diagnosis while simply ignoring those which might indicate something else?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Withdrawn. No further questions. You have to work fast. They're only giving me an hour with you tonight.
Listen, before we get started, there's something I have to tell you. Something I should have said to you before I let you take the case.
Okay?
There are forces surrounding this trial. Dark, powerful forces. Just be careful, Erin. Watch your step.
I see. Look, Father, you don't have to worry about me. I'm an agnostic, remember?
Demons exist whether you believe in them or not. And your involvement in this trial might just open you up to their attacks.
Look, Father, I appreciate your concern, but you need to be worried about yourself. Ethan Thomas is using the medical aspects of this case as ammunition, and I have to be prepared for his attacks. So, with what little time we have, I think we need to focus on your defense. Now, what I need from you is more information about Emily's condition, the specific details of how it progressed after the dorm room episode.
Well, after the first incident, she was sent to the university hospital for testing and observation.
once told me that in her dorm room, she resisted the demons, but at the hospital, they overcame her.
So she believed that her actual possession began that night at the hospital?
Yeah, I think she did. And after that, things just went from bad.